Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve.
You are now tuned in to the Humbly Spirited Truth Show. Hey guys, this is a Humble Spirit, of course. Thank you for tuning in today for another episode. But today I wanted to talk about the rapper Kid Buu. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But there's been a lot of talk about him recently, and I just wanted to give my opinion on it, I suppose. but like I said, I'm talking about the rapper Kid Buu. And like I said, I'm sure you guys have been hearing about some things that he's been doing because he's been in the news and trending lately. But recently, he was on Instagram Live and allegedly showing everyone his clone. Um, if you've heard anything about Kid Buu, then you'll know that's kind of what he came out saying, that he is a second generation clone. Now, anyone in the truth community or just anybody seeking truth, period, knows that cloning is actually real. It is, in fact, real. In this situation, who really knows, if he's a clone or not, right? I mean, it's a good possibility because they have even cloned some regular people, other than celebrities. So, I mean, it is a possibility. So, with that being said, people are pretty much split on the fact of him having a clone, being a clone, whatever. Um, I feel like there's always such delusion or such confusion whenever certain things of truth come out. They kind of come with one story or one certain, I don't know, one certain thing first, and then they kind of switch it to something else just to have people, confused, not really knowing the truth. But anyway, most are saying that his Instagram Live was fake. And some say you can't fake an IG Live video, of course. But we got people back and forth on it. People saying that you can't fake an IG Live. Some people are saying that he did fake it. My thing is, the devil is the master of deception. So whether it was fake or not, the agenda is still the same, guys. Okay? But I mean, on the flip side, there is a program or an app or whatever that you can use to record yourself twice and make it all one video. There's been a couple of people that's done this in life, just period. But people are saying that they found the program. They're saying so it is possible. So my thoughts are, it shouldn't be hard to go on IG Live with one phone and record, what is on the other phone, because nowadays people have more than one phone. So, and I'm sure celebrities do. So in this situation, I mean, it could or could not be fake in this particular situation. Either way, like I said, the agenda still remains the same. Okay? And the agenda being that they are trying to desensitize you to cloning. That is basically what they're doing. Now that they have lifted the veil on this, and now that the veil is so thin at this point, they want to normalize cloning. I guess a lot more people either started to look it up and started to challenge the thought of if there's really clones out here, or, I mean, I don't really know, or it's just that time, it's that time frame, that season to spread the truth on this. But it kind of goes on into Antichrist and the whole beast system and things like that, but that's a whole nother episode. But like I said, the veil is very thin at this point, so they're trying to normalize cloning, even though cloning has been around for a very long time now. If you go do your research, I mean, it's been around for a hot minute. I guess this is the right time for them to bring it out and normalize it, though. Like I said, they first played around with it when Gucci Mane got out of jail. He's another rapper, because he looked, a little different. They were like, oh, he's cloned, he's cloned. They put that out there, had the trolls all saying he was cloned, and made people go on to have whatever thoughts they have. People still have whatever thoughts they have about Gucci. And now, they're telling you clones look exactly like the person, and showing them side by side and etc. Like I said, just to have some confusion mixed in with some truth, But if they didn't want cloning out, and if they didn't want the public even knowing something about it, period, then it wouldn't be so mainstream, because like I said, this has been out for a minute. They have been cloning for a very long time. So for it to be out at this point, it should trigger your brain that obviously there's some type of wicked agenda behind this. And so, the truth will always come out regardless, period, about things, but just in its own season, in its own time frame. And like I said, the veil has most definitely been lifted on this. That's why they had, that's why they had to do this, period. As a distraction from someone looking up the real truth on cloning. And to kind of discredit those in the truth community that has been speaking about it for years now. But mainly to desensitize. Because if they throw it in your face enough, you'll begin to think nothing of it, right? So if you really seen someone walking around with their clone, they want you to say, oh, that's just their clone. That's nothing, whatever. Because honestly, that could happen. It could get to a point where they promoted it so much that, people really start coming out with their clones. Or people say, oh, I want a clone, or whatever, period. But that could be a thing. And you could see people coming out with their clones. Okay? And like I said, they want to normalize it. They want it to be like, that's your sister, that's your brother or something. Your family or something. And, instead of off top realizing this is demonic. Instead of off top realizing that that is evil. Okay? And honestly, at this point, at a time where less and less people believe in the Most High, at a time when people think they're gods themselves, at a time when people look to technology as a god, why wouldn't people think cloning is okay? Why wouldn't people follow their idols and want clones too? You know what I mean? We already have someone to follow, which is our Lord. We already have instructions from the Most High. Cloning is very demonic. We were already made perfect. And, He made each of us perfect in our own ways. In the image of Him. A clone, to me, is in the image of the beast. It may look like you, but it's not. And something has to be inside of that clone to make it move, to make it do whatever. And yeah, they might download your consciousness, and they might, be able to put certain things and traits and whatever from you in that clone, but something, an entity, has to be controlling it. Okay? This is very, very demonic, and that is why it's out here. That is why they are promoting it so much. And they've been preconditioning us the whole time. I used to see a couple of tweets here and there from celebrities talking about cloning. Talking about that they have a clone. I've said on previous podcast episodes, I've said that even Bernie Mac when he was alive, he said he's seen the cloning center. And then, I mean, is he still here? So clearly, they didn't want it out at that point. But now they're bringing it out. So clearly, this is something that has an agenda behind it and is very demonic. Okay? This Kid Buu guy also documented himself getting microchipped, which I thought was obviously an agenda type thing as well, and predictive programming. So clearly this guy's promoting an agenda is what I was like thinking to myself, and as far as I can tell, him getting microchipped, him being a rapper, obviously is to get the hip hop communities or, anyone listening to hip hop to willingly accept the chip. I mean, why else would they get a rapper to document himself, record himself getting this chip in his hand if it wasn't to persuade his fans, persuade the category that he's in? And I think in that video, he went on to say, like, that he was instructed to get chipped, maybe, and he went on to say, like, he had a message from somebody, and, things are going to be, like, paperless and cashless and things like that. So basically, he was saying you're going to need it. And the person that told him, in my brain, I was thinking that was the devil that gave him the message to give to everybody. But you guys can go look that up on YouTube. Kid Buu getting microchipped. But anyway, I just think this is all to get, like I said, the hip hop communities and anyone listening to him or in that category to accept chips as well as clones, because he is the same one that's promoting clones as well. These two main agendas, that he's out here pushing is what he is supposed to be pushing right now. Because as we continue to wake up each day, time continues to wind down. Time continues to get closer and closer to the end of all things. Okay? So he's out here to push these two agendas at this moment. So I see it as, him being out here to get everyone to accept the Antichrist, basically. Now, that's basically what I'm saying. Because the wicked ones want to control everything. Even more than they already do. You know what I mean? But just like it says in Revelation 13, they want to control everything. Okay? So you better believe they are marketing these chips any way that they can to get you to get it. And I mean, it makes sense to get a rapper to promote it, being that rappers are stereotyped as having lots of money and being flashy. So with the dollar crashing in the near future, the microchip is definitely something to think about for all the people that say they love money and hold money on a pedestal as their god and whatever. I mean, just logically speaking, those people would probably go ahead and get the chip. And especially if they're, like I said, in the category of who is promoting it. Okay? Either way, once the dollar does crash, they'll be looking at you to get chipped, period. Like I said, this is in Revelation 13. So obviously, this is here and going to come to pass. Right now, they want you to do things willingly. That's the thing about it. They want you to do things willingly. Just want you to follow whatever false idols they slap on it blindly follow them to the slaughter, is what they want. Even though soon things will be mandatory. But if you start following our Lord, okay, and not these false idols, you'll know not to willingly accept the Antichrist and all things of him. But if you keep blindly following these false idols to the slaughter, then that's what's going to happen. Okay? But if you follow our Lord, you'll know not to willingly accept the Antichrist. Okay? But either way, I mean, the devil is using Kid Buu to push his agenda on clones and microchips. Okay? Either way. But like I said, follow our Lord. We already have an example, guys. We already have an example. That's who you should be following. That's who you should be focused on. Get your spirit right now. Don't be worried about somebody bringing their clone on live. Don't be worried about, because he's documenting getting microchipped. Oh, that must be cool. It's not cool. It's demonic. It's evil. And it's an agenda. Antichrist agenda. Okay? Focus on getting your life right. Time is winding down. You know that obviously something is about to come to an end when somebody, really brings their clone on live. Rather it was fake or not, rather whatever, okay? But just the thought of it, what you're seeing and what you're intaking is that he has a clone. So time is winding down. Like the end of all things is coming. When you see people getting microchipped and showing off their clones. I mean, let's be real. Okay? Get your spirit right now. Follow only our Lord. So you won't be deceived. Okay? And on a side note, honestly, I don't think Kid Buu is even real. I think I might have came across some old videos of him. They said it was like the real him. But I mean, I don't know, guys. I honestly don't think Kid Buu is real, but that's just my opinion. I might be a little swayed just based off there being a Kid Buu on Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys know about Dragon Ball Z or anything like that. But a lot of these anime cartoons and things like that, they tell a lot of truth, or they are replicating truth or something to that nature. So that's the only reason why I know about Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, I might be a little swayed. Like I said, there is a character or whatever named Kid Buu on Dragon Ball Z. And on the show, Kid Buu was made in some sort of cocoon type thing, which reminds me of a test tube or those big tubes that they keep clones in. But he was made by a wizard of some sort, or a, I guess, mad scientist for the flesh people. But a wizard, basically. But he was made by a wizard, which reminds me of the devil, the same one that gave him that message to give everybody. But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, the devil is who is making these clones. So he is the wizard, But on Dragon Ball Z, Kid Buu is evil, and he has many different forms, which that in itself sounds like the devil. He obviously is the definition of evil. I mean, clearly. But also comes in many different forms. So, I mean, hey, you guys use your own discernment on this matter, but like I said, I don't know if Kid Buu is real or not, but I do know that the devil is using him to promote agendas. So like I said, use your own discernment on this matter. But please, whatever you do, don't follow this guy or any of these false idols to the slaughter. Please seek the Most High and our Lord now. Okay? That's who we should be following. Okay? That's who we should be following. Not this Kid Buu guy. Not anybody else that's trying to promote anything that is against the Most High. Promoting anything that is giving energy to the devil. Okay? This is very demonic what this guy is promoting. Microchips and clones doesn't sound too godly to me. And it doesn't sound like it can help me with anything as well. Because that's how they try to market these chips. They try to say, oh, if you go to the hospital, they don't even have to do any blood work on you or whatever. Just scan your chip and they'll know everything about you. I mean, that's not a good thing. And why are you putting something that's not even natural inside of my body? And on the flip side, clones, I mean, I don't really know what good they can say about clones or how they can promote clones any more than, I guess, how they're doing it. Which is probably why they're doing it this way. So, like I said, guys, please, please do not follow these false idols just because they are slapped on an agenda. Okay? And this Kid Buu guy, like I said, I mean, his character, in Dragon Ball Z, or that character in Dragon Ball Z, is very similar to him in real life. So I don't really know if he's real or not. If you guys come across some research or, any type of information or something, you let me know. But, I mean, my own perception of it, my own discernment, I don't know. I don't feel like he's real, and I feel like he's being used for an agenda. So, you guys, like I said, keep your eyes open and use your own discernment. And, always, always keep your eyes open. Okay? But all praise to the Most High for allowing me to do this. I hope this message was clear and understandable for everyone. I was kind of everywhere today, but you guys, hopefully if you're listening and you're a returned listener, you understand, my level and how I come off. But I hope this was, understandable for everyone. But please be sure to catch more exclusive content on patreon.com/humblyspirited and hit that become a patron button while you're there. Also, don't forget to further your journey by visiting humblyspirited.com. And don't forget that you can listen on Spotify, Google Play Music, iTunes, and any streaming or podcast listening platforms. Just search Humbly Spirited Truth Network. But thank you all for tuning in with me today. I appreciate the interest, the love, whatever. Please stay tuned and just please, please keep your eyes open, guys, and stay aware. Stay aware of the devil's tricks. Okay? Stay aware of the agenda behind everything that they're trying to promote to you. Everything that's coming out. Okay? There's a lot going on nowadays, so we must not fall back asleep. Alright? I love you all, and may the Most High continue to be with us. This is Humble Spirit. Stay humble, guys.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh,